Good evening, and let's begin our meeting with hymn number 293. Rock of Ages, truth divine, be thy strength forever mine. Let me rest secure on thee, safe above life's raging sea. Hymn number 293. The theme for this evening is Rock of Ages, truth divine, be thy strength forever mine. John, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I'll read from the Bible. 2 Samuel. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside thee, neither is there any rock like our God. John. Now about the midst of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and taught. I have many things to say and to judge of you, but he that sent me is true, and I speak to the world those things which I have heard of him. And he that sent me is with me. The Father hath not left me alone, for I do always those things that please him. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Matthew. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. The rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Exodus. And Moses said unto the Lord, See, thou sayest unto me, Bring up this people, and thou hast not let me know whom thou wilt send with me. Yet thou hast said, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. And he said, My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee. And the Lord said, Behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. Deuteronomy. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth, because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. Matthew. Jesus began to preach and to say, Repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Luke. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous, and despised others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee, and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful unto me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Matthew. And Jesus departed from thence, and came nigh unto the Sea of Galilee. And he sent away the multitude, and took ship, and came into the coasts of Magdala. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said unto them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have taken no bread. Which when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should be aware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Then understood they how he had bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Psalms. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations. O come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. And now I'll read correlative passages from the Christian Science textbook, Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. From the glossary, rock, spiritual foundation, truth. Mortals try to believe without understanding truth, yet God is truth. Mortals claim that death is inevitable, but man's eternal principle is ever-present life. Mortals believe in a finite, personal God, while God is infinite love, which must be unlimited. The substance, life, intelligence, truth, and love, which constitute deity, are reflected by his creation. And when we subordinate the false testimony of the corporeal senses to the facts of science, we shall see this true likeness and reflection everywhere. The great rock gives shadow and shelter. The sunlight glints from the church dome, glances into the prison cell, glides into the sick chamber, brightens the flower, beautifies the landscape, blesses the earth. Man, made in his likeness, possesses and reflects God's dominion over all the earth. The time for thinkers has come. Truth, independent of doctrines and time-honored systems, knocks at the portal of humanity. Contentment with the past and the cold conventionality of materialism are crumbling away. Ignorance of God is no longer the stepping stone to faith. The only guarantee of obedience is a right apprehension of him whom to know aright is life eternal. Though empires fall, the Lord shall reign forever. One's aim, a point beyond faith, should be to find the footsteps of truth, the way to health and holiness. We should strive to reach the horrible height where God is revealed, and the cornerstone of all spiritual building is purity. When the publican's wail went out to the great heart of love, it won his humble desire. Try to leave on every student's mind the strong impress of divine science, a high sense of the moral and spiritual qualifications requisite for healing, well knowing it to be impossible for error, evil, and hate to accomplish the grand results of truth and love. There is a large class of thinkers whose bigotry and conceit twist every fact to suit themselves. Their creed teaches belief in a mysterious, supernatural God and in a natural, all-powerful devil. Another class, still more unfortunate, are so depraved that they appear to be innocent. They utter a falsehood while looking you blandly in the face, and they never fail to stab their benefactor in the back. A third class of thinkers build with solid masonry. They are sincere, generous, noble, and are therefore open to the approach and recognition of truth. To teach Christian Science to such as these is no task. They do not incline longingly to error, whine over the demands of truth, nor play the traitor for place and power. Some people yield slowly to the touch of truth. Few yield without a struggle, and many are reluctant to acknowledge that they have yielded. But unless this admission is made, evil will boast itself above good. The Christian Scientist has enlisted to lessen evil, disease, and death, and he will overcome them by understanding their nothingness and the allness of God or good. Sickness to him is no less a temptation than is sin, and he heals them both by understanding God's power over them. The Christian Scientist knows that they are errors of belief, which truth can and will destroy. One must fulfill one's mission without timidity or dissimulation. For to be well done, the work must be done unselfishly. Christianity will never be based on a divine principle and so found to be unerring until its absolute science is reached. When this is accomplished, neither pride, prejudice, bigotry, nor envy can wash away its foundation, for it is built upon the rock, Christ. When the final physical and moral effects of Christian Science are fully apprehended, the conflict between truth and error, understanding and belief, science and material sense, foreshadowed by the prophets and inaugurated by Jesus, will cease, and spiritual harmony reign. The lightnings and thunderbolts of error may burst and flash till the cloud is cleared and the tumult dies away in the distance. Then the raindrops of divinity refresh the earth. As St. Paul says, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God, of spirit. The chief stones in the temple of Christian Science are to be found in the following postulates: that life is God, good, and not evil; that soul is sinless, not to be found in the body; that spirit is not and cannot be materialized; that life is not subject to death; that the spiritual real man has no birth, no material life, and no death. Science reveals the glorious possibilities of immortal man, forever unlimited by the mortal senses. The Christ element in the Messiah made him the way-shower, truth, and life. The eternal truth destroys what mortals seem to have learned from error, and man's real existence as a child of God comes to light. Our Master taught spirituality by similitudes and parables. As a divine student, he unfolded God to man, illustrating and demonstrating life and truth in himself and by his power over the sick and sinning. Jesus bade his disciples beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees, which he defined as human doctrines. The testimony of the material senses is neither absolute nor divine. I therefore plant myself unreservedly on the teachings of Jesus, of his apostles, of the prophets, and on the testimony of the science of mind. Other foundations there are none. All other systems based wholly or partly on knowledge gained through the material senses, are reeds shaken by the wind, not houses built on the rock. A belief in truth is better than a belief in error, but no mortal testimony is founded on the divine rock. Mortal testimony can be shaken. Until belief becomes faith, and faith becomes spiritual understanding, human thought has little relation to the actual or divine. God is not influenced by man. The divine ear is not an auditory nerve. It is the all-hearing and all-knowing mind, to whom each need of man is always known and by whom it will be supplied. Trials teach mortals not to lean on a material staff, a broken reed, which pierces the heart. We do not half remember this in the sunshine of joy and prosperity. Sorrow is salutary. Through great tribulation, we enter the kingdom. Trials are proofs of God's care. Spiritual discernment germinates not from seed sown in the soil of material hopes, but when these decay, love propagates anew the higher joys of spirit, which have no taint of earth. Each successive stage of experience unfolds new views of divine goodness and love. Stick to the truth of being in contradistinction to the error that life, substance, or intelligence can be in matter. Truth is affirmative and confers harmony. All metaphysical logic is inspired by this simple rule of truth, which governs all reality. By the truthful arguments you employ, and especially by the spirit of truth and love which you entertain, you will heal the sick. Sickness and sin fall by their own weight. Truth is the rock of ages, the headstone of the corner. Nothing but the power of truth can prevent the fear of error and prove man's dominion over error. Many years ago, the author made a spiritual discovery, the scientific evidence of which has accumulated to prove that the divine mind produces in man health, harmony, and immortality. Gradually, this evidence will gather momentum and clearness until it reaches its culmination of scientific statement and proof. The footsteps of thought rising above material standpoints are slow and portend a long night to the traveler. But the angels of his presence, the spiritual intuitions that tell us when the night is far spent, the day is at hand, are our guardians in the gloom. Whoever opens the way in Christian Science is a pilgrim and stranger, marking out the path for generations yet unborn. The thunder of Sinai and the Sermon on the Mount are pursuing and will overtake the ages, rebuking in their course all error and proclaiming the kingdom of heaven on earth. Truth is revealed. It needs only to be practiced. Let's have a few moments of silent prayer and then pray aloud the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Let's sing hymn number 404. Oh, do not bar your mind against the light of good, but open wide, let in the word, and truth will be your food. Hymn number 404. This church is a branch of the Mother Church, the First Church of Christ Scientist in Boston, Massachusetts. With gratitude and joy, we welcome all who come to this meeting and to our Sunday services. We also welcome you to our website and to the recordings of our services and meetings on YouTube. Just enter Third Church Miami in your web browser. Our Sunday service and Sunday school begin at 10 a.m. In our Sunday school, Children and teenagers learn to apply Bible texts and the writings of Mary Baker Eddy to daily challenges. In our reading room, which is open to the public, you may study, borrow, or purchase the Bible, the Christian Science textbook, and other Christian Science literature, including the Christian Science Monitor. The reading room is open after every Sunday service and before each Wednesday evening meeting, or by appointment any time convenient for you. Should you wish to express your gratitude for Christian Science by becoming a member of the Mother Church or this branch church, please see the usher for information. Please join us for our Sunday services. Use the reading room, bring the children to Sunday school, and visit our website or enjoy the recorded services on YouTube. This meeting is now open to you to share testimonies of healings and remarks on Christian Science. Remember, if you are joining us from home, we won't be able to hear you unless you unmute yourself. And thank you all for this meeting. Let's close with hymn number 519. Lean on the sustaining infinite, and blessings will be yours. Lean not on person, place, or thing, or economic laws, but lean upon all-blessing God, who will all needs supply, and give to all abundant good that money cannot buy. Hymn number 519.
Sustaining infinite, and blessings will be yours. Lean not on person, place, or thing, or economic laws, but lean upon all blessing God, who will all needs supply, and give to all abundant good that money cannot buy. Let the healing rain of truth and life, the rain of love divine, be now established within me to show soul's clear design of oneness indivisible, of God and me as one, as water is to ocean wave, as sunbeam is to sun. Love with the heart of tenderness your enemies and friends. However hard this may appear, this quality just mends. For love is God in action true, a presence that is felt, a healing and a saving power that will all discord melt.
you.